Good morning everyone, my name is Purva and I'm from Kusham, Darjeeling. Currently I'm staying at Delhi. So the main motive to make this video is I would like to thank Actf anti-corona task force community for helping me out when I was tested positive, and at that very moment after getting my results I was very much nervous. I panicked a lot, didn't know what to do, being all alone out in Delhi, far away from everyone, far away from my family members, made me more helpless. And at that moment I just gave a call to my roommate. He's my brother as well, and he's a member of Actf family as well. His name is Alan. So it's because of him that I came in contact with all the members of Actf family who helped me out to overcome the situation. I would like to thank Dr. Krishna Kumar Jha as well for calling me very often and inquiring me about my health, how I was feeling. I was very much happy when he said that, because getting help out in Delhi, it's a blessing, being far away from family and no one is there to look after you. You are all in all and you're getting all this help during this situation when you are positive. It means a lot. So, and yes, I would like to tell all the people out there as well, the situation, the current scenario, it's increasing day by day, the positive cases, and I myself being a positive. So what I did was, during this quarantine period, what I did was I drank lots and lots of water, warm water, to build my immune system. I had vitamin C tablets, and sanitize yourself very often, because it's what we can do right now is we can only take precautions and stay safe. That's it. And thank you Actf family, my brother Alan, and thank you everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thanks.
देश है आपका?
2 गज दूरी, मास्क जरूरी।
वाह वाह वाह, यही अपील करते हैं आप?
हाँ।
I am Dr. Sharad Lakhotia, past President, Delhi Ophthalmological Society, and past Vice President, Delhi Medical Association, and also currently President of Eye Care Awareness Foundation and Delhi Medical and Dental Society. Friends, I have been practicing for 35 years, and during this COVID time, we have a very interesting topic to discuss: health and happiness during pandemic. We are going to give you some practical suggestions that will change the way we think and will keep us happy. Thank you and see you during the webinar. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hello viewers, this side Jessica and Kanish, and we are back with another webinar for you guys on health and happiness. And since you guys were such an amazing audience, so interactive, we decided on doing this webinar once again. For that, we have two panelists with us, and Kanish is going to tell you the rest.
Yes, so it's your love, your demand, which has brought us again on the very same topic of health and happiness. So today we have two guests. One whom you know very well is Dr. Sharad Lakhotia. One will be revealing soon. So if for the viewers who have joined for the very first time, Dr. Sharad Lakhotia is a very renowned name in the field of ophthalmology. He is a chief medical advisor at ACTF. He has achieved a lot in this field. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Sharad Lakhotia.
Also, we have with us Sir Sachin Khere, Chief Innovation Scientist at ACTF. He is a global architect and has been in the field of innovation and technology for the past 20 years. He has also been awarded in New York, Las Vegas, and Dubai for work on innovation and technology. He is also an art curator and writes as well on the topics of coronavirus and technology for ACTF. So please, guys, welcome both of them.
Hello, sir. How both of you are? Sir, I
Hello.
guess your mic is muted, doctor.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Dr. Sharad Lakhotia. How are you all?
Very fine, sir. How are you?
Very fine, sir. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Hello, I am Sachin Khere. Nice to be on this webinar and help this will help to our people.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So, guys, he is Sachin, sir, who is a technical personnel. So, you might be thinking what technology is to do with happiness. Well, you need to think a lot because if you think technology has been with us throughout this pandemic, whether it be celebrating or even spending time which we were not able to spend, right? Whether it being celebrating birthdays with our friends or families who are very far from us, sending gifts and all sort of things, technology has helped us a lot. So we will discuss how technology can be more beneficial to us, and all your doubts you can comment directly to us, and Sachin sir will help us with it. So first of all, I would request Jessica to ask question to doctor. Please go on, Jessica.
Okay, so doctor, as you know that this pandemic has been increasing worldwide and so many people are affected by it. India is being affected by it and patients are coming day by day, the patients are increasing. In all of this commotion, how do you think people should maintain their calm? Could you please give us a little tip on how people are supposed to, maintain their calm and cool and not panic in this situation?
Very good question. I must tell you, this pandemic is the testing time to see that how you are concerned about yourself and this world as well. If you don't take care of yourself, then what can you expect? Whether it's pandemic or whatever, every situation you will have something to blame. So you will never be satisfied. This pandemic has given you time for introspection. And the first thing that I'm going to talk to you about how much time you are going to spend yourself on your own being. That means how much time you are going to spend on your physical health, doing yoga, pranayam, asana, and your lifestyle. So first thing my message would be to maintain good health. You should be in good physical shape, and good health is a basic thing that you must do to maintain it well. That means you should do regular exercise, you go for a walk, you do yoga and meditation, you do breathing exercises, and there are a lot of other things besides this. If you are not healthy within, you have not spent time on your own self, you want somebody else to do something and things should happen automatically by technology. That is not possible. Here you have to spend time on yourself. So this is
Sure.
my first tip. And then I would
Thank you,
say,
sir. Thank you so much.
yeah, and I
So
would
let
say
me.
that
Yes, sir.
you have to maintain good relations with your neighbors, friends, relations, and family. In this context, I would say that technology has done wonders, and today you don't feel absence of your close ones even if they are sitting in USA, because you can have webinars with them like this, and you have a lot of other things and technology tools to communicate. Here is Mr. Sachin. He would definitely give us insight into what are the things possible, and maybe the question in from Kanish you can ask the relevant questions so that he can answer in the right way.
Yes, sir. So do you believe, sir, technology and happiness are connected, first of all, and also your introductory statement on is do you believe health and happiness are connected, and to what extent are they both?
Well, thanks for this complex, easy, and funny question.
Sure,
Because
sir.
lot many times we always believing that technology is not going to play the role in terms of human happiness and emotions. So when Facebook came, this is one of the biggest instance in technology domain where people are start connecting socially well. Then there is a moment come where we thought, wow, that is not the right way why people should connect. But this pandemic has given a chance to world leaders in technology to understand how technology can help people to establish a relationship even they are far away, and how they can still do their own things without just by being at home. Now, if you look at it, the existing government mandate for IT companies that they should not go to work till end of this July, but technology is ensuring that they can work from home for the society. Now, coming back to the happiness, we are having video conferences, we are having voice assistants, so devices which can play the role of their close by their relatives. For elderly people, they are just living in their houses, they can talk to the Alexa, they can talk to the Google Home. There are a lot many devices has came up. Also, there are a lot of activities are happening on the app side. E-learning is promoted very well. People, because of the lockdowns and the fear of travel or fear of pandemic, people wanted to be at home, and they still can learn. There's an enormous increase in number of courses offered in the e-learning. Not only that, how the schools are running. I have a daughter of 6 years now. She's taking lessons in school every day. There are three lectures. Everything is happening. We thought it would be difficult, but now people got habitual. They just feel the environment like a school in their house. Technology is making lot more things possible. Not only that, how yoga sessions are happening. Before long time before, we used to go to the garden and we used to do yoga, but now even anti-corona task force is doing a lot of yoga sessions every week, and we are seeing good participation. So well, it is not thought before technology will change the game, but this pandemic is giving opportunity to technology to be as a part of a life, not only in a professional domain but also social domain, personal domain, and emotional domain, which is something new we are seeing. And if I get into detail about our Prime Minister Modi has announced about Atmanirbhar Abhiyan. They are promoting
Yes.
lot of fund for startups, and this is one of the largest area how technology can help it better to connect people in a lot of different forms, like how panditjis can work at their own place giving pujas, how different set of people to whom we are connected culturally and how they can be at one place using existing platforms. Maybe at that time, video conferencing would not sufficient. We need to find some next generation devices or maybe new platforms. So well,
Right, sir.
technology is proving best to set people at their home without compromising with their emotions, without compromising with their relationships. And as Dr. Lakhotia has said, that this is important for us to be healthy. And I will assure him that technology will help him and all our people to be healthy.
Okay, sir. Now, talking about technology, could you please tell us how is ACTF contributing towards happiness with the help of implementing technologies and improving technologies to safeguard India's society? Could you please tell us?
Yeah, of course. If you, I will give you brief about technology areas where ACTF, because when the pandemic started, we actually not started about happiness. We are not thinking about happiness. We are thinking about how we can help technology to at least ensure this pandemic would not grow. So we have started a first telemedicine of India, specially dedicated to COVID-19, and that worked well. We actually treated between more than 25 to 30K people with that telemedicine. So it is nothing but some kind of mobile app which helps people to connect to the doctors, right set of doctors, and help them to assist for their own symptoms, for their own conditions, and That's it. Now, in terms of happiness, what we did, we have started a lot of e-learning courses for people. We also started Bacha Think Tank. So this is nothing but we are connecting young kids across nation and trying to get them into certain smaller competitions so that they will showcase their work. They will also send us some poems about Corona. So it is happening with technology. Now we are also started the yoga sessions with technology, and this is helping people to at least get collected. This is specially dedicated to anti-corona task force volunteer force, which is in a size of more than 50,000. So these yoga sessions are dedicated to them, and we're helping them to get connected. Apart
Sure.
from only happiness, there are two major campaigns we are working on. One is a blood donor campaign. In blood donor campaign, we're trying to generate more than 1 crore blood donors. We're targeting till end of the August. Also, we are running the campaign for young warriors. So we are building a team of volunteers across smaller cities, because as we are profoundly looking the cases which are started growing exponentially, government is still not agree about the community spread, and we also don't want that to happen. But looking at the numbers are increasing, and probably we will reach to large quantum of infections till end of this year, so we have to be
Sure,
ready
sir.
for that.
Dr.
Yes,
Lakhotia,
sir.
I'll be coming to you just in a minute. Mr. Sachin, we have got a very interesting question by Alan. He's asking, when a lot of youngsters are getting involved more on online platforms, is this a way of happiness for them?
Dr. Lakhote already explained what is happiness is not about technology, but technology is enabling people to get connect to their close people. So now the marriage also happen online. I have seen that in the region of Libya. So there is a marriage happen online. So it is not technology is making people happy, but marriage is what is making people happy, and technology is enabling that. So technology is an enabler. Technology is not mean to change the basic semantics, how people are living, how people are connected, how relations are important for people. And as we know, people have to spend a lot more time on their health, lot more time with themselves, not to just go out, always look at options to move around, but look within themselves. Now technology is helping them to do that. They are getting access to all kind of things by being at home, and that is giving them sufficient time to improve themselves, look into their own, and try to
Agreed,
understand
sir. Agreed.
what best things
Very
they can do with
true, sir.
themselves.
Yes, sir. So, Alan,
Agree.
I guess the answer by Dr. Mr. Sachin is, as every coin has two sides, so has technology. So you have to focus on constructive part of technology. So let me bring in Dr. Lakhotia. Sir, we have heard a lot of happiness and its relation with health. So now I want you to give our viewers tips on how we can get happiness in our life. This is the most pertaining
Wonderful.
question.
To conclude on technology, I would just say today we are interacting with all of you through technology only. So that is the example how we have been able to share the things that we have to do to be happy. Now I'm going to give you tips how to be happy, because technology can help you to access, to reach to people, but it is not a substitute for what you have to do yourself. So first, as I told you, exercise, yoga, and taking care of your physical health. There are other things. Or don't think about past, don't think about future. Think, remain in the present. Savor the moment. Go for a walk. Enjoy the things there only. There are a lot of things which have to be done like this. Then is the thing called meditation. India is meditation guru. Meditation means connecting yourself with the supreme. Your seat could be at the hypothalamus, that is the point between the two brows. There you concentrate. This is what is called a soul. And then you connect with the Supreme. And when you connect with the Supreme, your hypothalamic pituitary axis works at its best. That means it is the axis which controls all your hormones. The bad hormones like cortisols, etc., which are secreted when your sympathetic system gets excited, when you are having anxiety, tension, and stress, they are lowered. So your physical condition improves. You have to learn to meditate. Meditation can solve a lot of problems, interpersonal relationship, future aspects, happiness, all the time. Happiness doesn't mean it's a pleasure, it's a few seconds job. Happiness is a constant process. Every day from the morning till night, you feel that you are in such a wonderful atmosphere. Your life is full of so much beautiful things that you have nothing to complain. You are a happy person. At the end of the day, you can say this sentence with that confidence. That is happiness. Then what else you have to do? Practice mindfulness. That means remain in the present, not always thinking here and there about other conditions. Always be on positive. See, what is called happiness is you have both positive thoughts as well as negative thoughts. Now, positive minus negative is equal to happiness. So if you concentrate on positive things in your life, you would be a happier person. If you consider negative, it will be a negative or a depressed life. So these are known as hedonia, hedonic pleasure, hedonic treadmill you can have. Suddenly you get a lot of money, lottery tickets, you can have hedonic pleasure, hedonic treadmill. That is the example, that you get sudden happiness, but there is a happiness set point. That means after a certain time the happiness comes back to that same level where it started. So that is not the permanent solution. You have to think beyond and then say you dynamic pleasures. That means that you have to make life some important observations, important achievements, purposeful life. You have to think beyond. That is most important. And gratitude is one of the things which is most important to express. And this gives you absolutely comfort level. You have sympathetic stimulation under check. Your cortisol hormone, it is lowest, because it is opposite of anxiety and stress. So the two things cannot remain together. Once you are in gratitude, you cannot feel pain. That is the way you have to. So you have to modify your lifestyle, ways of thinking. Forget grudges. Every time you ask questions to people, they have a lot of grudges about life. This is not happening. This is this. Oh, I'm feeling so bad. You have all lot of explanations and logic and reasons to explain what makes you unhappy, but you have to forget them. You have to celebrate small moments, small pleasures of life. Don't have to look for big pleasures. All small pleasures of life, what makes people happy. Ultimately, that's the wealth. Otherwise, every rich man
Sure,
would have seen his house, bungalow every day in the morning, and he would have been happy seeing that. That doesn't
sure,
happen.
sure. So
That
Very
doesn't
true,
happen.
doctor. Very true.
happiness can be brought
So
bought
I'm
by
going to
money,
give you
what
tips
doctor
after
is
tips if
suggesting.
you have questions in between, because it's a continuous way of expressing how, because
Definitely.
it's not
Very true,
limited to only
doctor.
a few things. You can ask me question, then I'll go back again to another
Very
tip.
true, doctor. Sorry, doctor, to again bring up technology, but we have a viewer, Muskan Vareja, and she has a very good question since this question was in my mind as well. She asked, with such extensive use of technology in the lockdown, what impact would it leave in the long run?
Uh, this is good question. We cannot assess the impact in exact form, but subjectively we can assess the impact. First impact is that technology is going to be a part of a life, because proximity within a people has to be maintained, and we're going to see lot of new devices, lot of new applications which will help people to maintain the proximity from someone else, because the effect of corona or byproduct of corona or some new kind of infections which are similar to corona are possible in the future. And how we can stop that is only about social distancing, and we're going to have a lot of technological innovations which will going to help us to maintain social distancing. I will give one of the example, which is research is happening in Germany. So as you know, there is a weather control system where we always measure the good air quality, bad air quality. But if you know, if I sneeze in the air and if there are corona virus getting into the air, there is always possibility, if I have a right kind of device placed in that area, I can understand there is some infection present there. There are mathematical models exist for that. So technology is going to give a long term impact, about how people are looking at technology and extensive use of technology to maintain social distancing. I will put one more example: use of robotics. Use of robotics is becoming so common in a lot of different nations in hospitals. We are seeing in China a lot of hospitals, a lot of quarantine centers are using robot to serve their patients, serve the people who are in the quarantine center by food, by water, also by for some entertainment. We are seeing UV use of UV with robotics to disinfect the hospital areas. So UV disinfector goes into hospital region. It disinfects certain region in that time period. It works 24 by 7 across within the hospital, and we can see this specific technological improvement of robotics is changing how hospital may function in future. Similarly, there are a lot of things are happening in education. E-learning is becoming prominent part of people's life. So within lockdown, there are a lot of new things comes up as a part of technology, which are just thought to be some kind of extension of human life, but those are becoming integral part of human life going forward. So impact
Very
of
correct, sir.
technology is going to sustain for a
Yes.
very long time, and we that is going to be part of our own life. Now I'll tell you one
Yes.
more thing, how it is going to be advantage for us. Because once we going to have mass adoption, the cost of those technologies is going to go down. For example, robot, if you can have your pet robot, and that pet robot is costing maybe 1 lakh rupee just like 6 months back. But with mass adoption of certain equipment, certain devices, cost of those things are going to come down dramatically to 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. So people are going to afford technology because of mass adoption, and that is going to happen.
Okay, sir. Now, sir, from this, we will go to Dr. Lakotia once again. Doctor, the since our lives right now are revolving around technologies, so we are talking about technologies, but excess of anything is a little harmful to the health, that we have studied as kids. And I'd like to know, how can we change this negativity to positivity, and how can we make this a boon rather than a bane, or how can we
Absolutely.
lessen the
What you are
excessiveness?
saying is technology is there to help you. Like if you
Yes.
have nuclear energy, you can use it for so many good purposes. But if you use it for losing the entire world, that is also there possible.
Exactly my point, sir.
Similarly, in technology, if you have to maintain relationship with your close ones who are not accessible, you use technology to get them. But when you start talking to your parents and your own near and dear ones who are staying in your house on WhatsApp messages and asking them time to book, and they don't want the interference that they come in and speak to you, then that is the time when you have to think that what harm you are doing to yourself. So this, when you talk about happiness, health and happiness is conglomerate of so many small elements, where technology is one part which helps you to unite with things, to connect with people, to connect with such audience, to connect with other special features like e-learning classes and other habit for classes, like some social classes, other things, and interact with people. It is a great source. But when it comes to relations, you have to maintain relation of your own with your own mind. So you have to develop that mindset, that thought process, because every time you think whatever is the thought, that brings about the result, and result brings you destination. Ultimately that comes in, because the vibration that you send in the earth, it comes back to you, and that happens. That is why the human mind can never be replaced by anybody. We have to make every effort to make ourselves happy, and to make ourselves happy, we have to make others happy. Those who are close relations, we have to understand them. You have to make them happy by being good to them, by being always happy. Be happy and be nice to people in your surroundings as well. It's because the family is not limited to four of us or five of the people in the family, but it comes to it now goes towards even your neighbors, to your schoolmates, to your college mates, to your society, your working place, to the country you belong to, and to the entire world. It depends on how far you can take your spectrum. Then you get that kind of happiness. When people like Mahatma Gandhi looked for the entire world remaining in a dhoti, and they were very happy persons doing it. It was not necessary for them that they should have all the five-star facilities, but they were happy. It's all in the mindset that people have to understand. For ages, our sages have told the same thing, and spend time and money on others is in spite of spending only yourself, making yourself happy, and at the end of the day you find that you are again back into the same position. So be creative, find life work balance. Balance is, see, all these years you had no time. Now corona has given you time to think and spend time on yourself. Now here you can make a routine in such a way that is likable. So do what you want to do, don't do what you don't want to do. Don't remain in tensions what will happen afterwards. God has a purpose. The purpose has to be good. That Gita says that everything that happens today is for good. Everything that will happen tomorrow also is for good and is going to be good. So when you are positive, you find out ways and means how you can at this moment utilize the best of the time. And this season, the reason for being happy is how you can utilize the present time in the most effective way. Surround with right people. If you are always with negative people, it will always you will vibrate that negative energy, and you will in turn cause more unhappiness among people. Accept
Sure.
imperfections. If there are imperfections, accept them. Express gratitude, give back. This is life, is to give back. Every successful person in the life means that he has been useful to the society. For yourself, you can eat whatever, you can drink whatever, you can remain in whichever star hotel or whichever facility. That doesn't matter to the world. But what are you going to give back to the society is most important. And that makes you happy as well. Because if it was happy by putting everything on yourself, then people would have been happy. But that is not the scene all over the world. It's been seen that many people who are
Very true,
millionaires
doctor.
and billionaires, they may
Yes.
not be happy. So that is
Very
how.
correct, doctor. But again, we have a viewer, Mreenal Arthur Rai, who is asking us that happiness is really important in life as it is a part of emotions. But with so much of mixed emotions, fear, anxiety, and others, it's difficult to stay happy. What do you have to say to this?
Oh, absolutely. As I told you, there are positive emotions and negative emotions. And in the whole psychiatry world today, positive emotions are told to be some of the things which you have to realize, because positive minus negative emotion is equal to happiness. So every time you concentrate on what you don't have, you will feel so miserable that you are, and you are in such a bad condition. But every positive thing, that small thing, the small smile on a face of an innocent person whom you don't know, even that can bring you happiness. Even an eye contact with somebody who just admires you in the morning when you go for a walk, or a beautiful rainy season, as today it was raining, you look out of the window and look at the sky, and it's a nature, how beautiful it is, and you say, oh, I am so thrilled. God has given me beautiful eyes to see the whole thing, and I can be a witness to the beauty that the God has created to us. I have to enjoy it. It's your mindset. And in spite of remain everything in yourself, you have your house, you have your car, you have your wealth, you have your everything filled up, family, everybody is there, but you are disappointed because of some small thing that happened just few minutes back. So
Amazing.
you
Amazing.
have to reward yourself, and every time small things you have, don't make excuses. Dream big, but dream big does not mean that you have to do it at the expense of the present moment. You have to enjoy. Life is not a destination, it is a journey. You have to enjoy the journey. So dream big and enjoy the journey. Spend time alone as well as with your close ones. When you spend time alone, you realize what are your shortcomings, what are your strengths, realize them, use them to the maximum, and be grateful to the God for giving you. Look at you
Sure,
people.
doctor.
Sometimes you were saying that I'm not happy with this because of pandemic, but God has given you such uh, worthy parents who are taking care of you. You are in good shape. Think of people who are paralyzed, divyang they are called, and you can see everything, you can speak, your mind is at its level that you can learn anything, you can do whatever you want to do in the world. How happy you could be. You are in such a prime stage that you can choose a career where most of the people have already chosen. You still have a choice. You can choose your life partner. You can choose your life as you want it to be. You are at the best of the time, spirit. You have to realize this. And suddenly you find, oh my God, I'm so thrilled. I'm so excited. Life is so beautiful. And then
Sure,
spend
doctor.
time on experiences, not on material things. Only on material things you buy, then at certain time it gets satiated and you no more you can have experiences.
Beautiful
So
thoughts,
stop worrying,
doctor.
have
Beautiful
nostalgia
thoughts.
over the old memories, and life is so
Amazing
beautiful.
comments.
Look
Amazing
at it
comment.
and it seems, oh, life is wonderful. You would have
Yes.
loved to have this life again and again. That's the
So,
way you look at it. That's your
Doctor has
attitude.
Beautiful
conveyed
thoughts, doctor.
beautiful message from the life of Mahatma Gandhi to Gita, and he has also given message to spread love, spread happiness, in to want to be happy, right? So very good message, doctor. But I want to ask a very pertaining question, doctor. You asked about doing meditation and exercises for the life of those who are very much involved in their life, who have no time. Is there any shortcut or an alternative for this, or we have to do it as a mandatory process?
Are you living or existing or dead? If you are not dead, then either you are living or existing. If you are existing, means your existence has no importance. It is just many people will come in this world like cockroaches and other insects, and they will leave the world like this. But if you are interested in living, living means that you have to see the present and enjoy the present and work for it. And if you are not involved in your own self, if you are not in your that meditation mood for yourself, if you have no time for yourself, then what are the life you are looking for? Is this life you are planning for somebody else or for planning yourself? If you don't feed yourself, if you are using a car and if you don't put fuel in it, you think it will run it? You have to know how to handle the car before you drive it and enjoy the journey. It's life. You have to spend time on yourself. You have to time on meditation yourself. First you make yourself fit enough to enjoy, and then you learn the right characteristics. Once you learn the right characteristics, like you are in that musical uh, fountain where the music is flowing and you are enjoying the dancing, that is the life.
Sure,
But
sure,
if things
doctor, sure.
don't make appropriate
So
adjustments, how can
once
you?
ones who are saying they don't have time, they are just giving excuses, is what doctor is saying. So let me bring in Mr. Sachin. So Sachin, tell us more about future innovation coming to our country, to this world, to humanity, to fight corona, as well as for the recreation of people. What can they do, what they cannot, and is there anything which can turn a sad person to happy instantly? Tell us more about it.
uh, Technology is going to enable us to connect well, and that is only reason going to be happy for people. Technology cannot create happiness by its own. It is enable people to enjoy the resources, make the information available, make video available, share the information, and that can create happiness for individual. But technology as such cannot dramatically create happiness from out of blue moon. For example, we are getting some nice things like Alexa, that now. When some old guy play with Alexa, they become happy. This is a technological innovation. But that Alexa is embedded with a lot of voices from people who carried out their information through that Alexa, and making giving some happiness of people. But talking about future innovations, it is not only about happiness, but a lot about health too. If you guys understand, we are going with a critical point, and we may face some kind of major food crisis, not only in India but across the globe. Now, technology is going to play a big role how to ensure that world would not go to serious food safety crisis, and we have to work a lot on that. Agriculture has to be improved with technology, and supply chain what we have in India has to be proposed for better transformation, so that we can handle sufficient public distribution system for everybody. If you guys know that 19 from 2003, our public distribution system is only limited for certain section of people who are poorest poor or poor people. But if you know, in a lockdown, in Delhi, in every major city, we have started giving food grains from government to every individual in the city. Now, if you look into that, that means that but at that time, our public distribution system is not that qualified, because from 2003 we have dismantled that whole part. So technology, first thing is going, first I would not look at only happiness. I would look at major problems like health, how we can justify essentials of different kind, medical essentials, food essentials, meal essentials, as well as certain essentials for the education has to reach to people in a right way. There should not be a black marketing. There should not be stocking of the products. Everybody, in whole across country, people are aware where is the product, where is the consumer, where is the producer, and what we are going to import. So all this has to come under one umbrella of information, and we are trying to work out some of the recommendations to the government how they can achieve that. So happiness, well, technology is going to enable people for happiness, and happiness, it will work the way our culture, way our ancient people had taught us about meditation, yoga, everything. That is ultimately going to make people happy. Technology is going to enable that in a better way. So use technology to become more powerful in terms of information, to become more connected to the world, to find out a lot of information, a lot of books online which they have never got chance to read. Connect to the right set of teachers, professors, doctors to gain more and more knowledge, and also use technology to meditate well and learn yoga and new techniques better. So that's it.
Thanks a
Thank you.
lot, Sachin. You have been really spontaneous and informative to us. Also, I'd really request you to give our audience a final message on health, happiness, and technology.
Wow, that's a mixture from my side and Dr. Lakotia's side. So, guys, this is Sachin talking to you from Anti Corona Task Force. Technology will change the globe, how we function, how we behave, how we connect, and pandemic is not kind of diminishing factor for technology, but it is a factor which is going to enable to prove its presence. But for happiness, we have to be with our own people, we have to be with our own parents, we have to be with ourselves, be with your own culture, be the way we have taught about how to live life, how to how to satisfy our loved ones, and use technology to enable all those factors. So logically, whatever you have learned from your childhood to now, improve on that and use technology as an enabling factor to reach to that goal of a good human.
Sure, sure, sir, sure. Now let me bring in our savior, at least my savior, who has saved me in this tough times and by motivating me, Dr. Sharad. So your closing comments, reminding our viewers about the Lakhotia theory, which he gave on a previous session. So, sir, close this session in your own style, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. When the whatever you see, whatever you think that actually happens, and that's the way you feel, happy or unhappy. It's your attitude which ultimately matters. Now, to take care of that thought process, whenever you are having anxiety, stress, or anything, you just have to say that word. The theory, Lakhotia theory is, say the word statue. Statue is a game that children play when they are into motion, and suddenly they get into the freezing position, and that is the game that they enjoy. But that actually is to be utilized in our day-to-day life. Whenever we are having negative thoughts, anything, tension, or any anxiety, just say statue and think about some good moments, transform yourself into good thoughts. The earliest you can transform from the present situation to a good one is the way defines how happy you are.
So thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you so much, Sachin, for such a beautiful discussion on a very beautiful topic. So, guys, we will be joining again next few next tomorrow. Also, we have another session on social stigma. So stay tuned with us. We have got a lot of interesting and exciting stuff coming for you guys. Till then, take care. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you.